Robin.
You're listening to Opie and Anthony. On the virus. Sirius XM.
A lot of people excited that Danny McBride is on the show. I got to read what Blaine in South Carolina just wrote. Danny McBride was hilarious in Hot Rod as Rico. He's funnier than Will Ferrell by far.
Well.
And Danny's not going to comment on that because they're pals, but I don't know. I'm a big fan.
Oh, I appreciate it.
And your latest project is called Eastbound and Down. I got a copy, and I threw it in last night, and I loved it. It's going to be on HBO, Sunday nights at 10:30?
So premieres this Sunday, 10:30 after Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah. What's the show about for the people out there that haven't heard yet?
Well, it's about a disgraced major league pitcher who loses fastball, and he resorts to steroids. This kind of stuff never happens, of course. You know, major leaguers using steroids. But he kind of finds himself down on his luck and back in the town he grew up in, and he's has no money, nowhere to turn, and he's teaching gym.
And living with his brother, who has a family. So, the wife's like, what the F, dude?
It really happens a lot. You get those failed athletes that just become the bitter gym teachers.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I knew the guy, Mr. Lilienthal over at John Glenn when I went to school there. And he had played, and you always hear, he played like one half a season for the Denver Broncos. And he's just... Then his leg blew out and he had to teach gym, so now he just treats everybody like crap. And
Anthony's right, because we had one at Oldfields Junior High School, and the rumor was that the gym teacher had a tryout with the New Jersey Nets. And boy, did he take it out with us, because he blew out his knee. So he never got the real shot at playing for the New Jersey Nets.
It's just enough exposure for him to feel like he's better than everyone else.
Yeah.
There's no more despicable person than the male gym teacher. It really is.
Other than the female gym teacher.
Anthony does.
She likes her girls.
Anthony does a fine bit on the female gym teacher.
Oh, where you get this one. All right, girls. Today we're just going to take our clothes off. That's what we're going to do. Just take the clothes off and teach you how to shower today. Get in the shower, girls. That mullet haircut they got. Well, I love it.
You get older and you realize, of course she was a lesbian.
Yep.
Yeah. And she was teaching gym with these young little... barely legals.
And the gym team, whenever they opened that accordion door and the girls and guys could see each other, the guy gym teacher would go over and he's chit-chatting with some 15-year-old girl. Yeah. They're all despicable human beings.
But
I love it.
Well, that's pretty much what Eastbound and Down is about for the most part. The montage of you losing your fastball was really funny because he was throwing it over 100 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden, he's starting to get into some crap, and now he's throwing at 95. But you're like, okay, you could still survive in the big leagues with a 95 mile an hour fastball. Fast forward a little more, now it's in the 80s.
It's not looking good.
And then all of a sudden he's out of baseball and he has to move back to the small town and live with his brother.
What team were you supposed to play for, or could they not get Major League Baseball rights for a team?
No, I don't think the Major League wants to have anything to do with this show.
Yeah.
But he played for Atlanta when he first started out, and then he goes to New York, and he goes to San Francisco, and then Seattle. And
do they just name the cities? They don't name the teams?
We just named the cities, and then we just stole different fonts from different teams and used them on the different. So it would look familiar, but it's not.
Right. It was very clever. They got around it. But what I thought was funny was that his career is ending with a team like Seattle. Like everyone's like, you don't want to be in Seattle. But, I loved it, man. I think it's going to do very, very well.
It's very, very vulgar. My parents have been telling all their friends at work about it, and I'm kind of like, you guys should maybe tell them it's on another network. You don't want them to see this.
Why not, man? I'd be proud of this one.
It's
clever, too. I mean, it's dark and it's filthy, but it's also pretty clever.
It's always the way, though, because I'll be doing something, and some friend of my mom's will be like, oh, yes, you're on the radio. And they pull out a pencil and paper and go, what's the number of the station to tune in? And I just, you better not listen.
I always give the wrong frequency.
Yeah,
I really do.
It's on AM.
It's 93.2. I just mix it up a little bit.
Yeah. Ooh, you got a show on the home box office? Yeah. Look for us on Cinema 100.
Yeah.
Or one of those old Wametka home theater.
Telemundo.
They give you a nice plug in the latest issue of Rolling Stone. And the one line, I got to say it here, He's the kind of guy, Danny McBride, his character anyway, who walks up to his fellow teachers eating lunch and says, I don't mean to break up a good time here, but I just saw 2 boys raping a 6th grader.
That's comedy, right?
Well, then there's the shock of all the teachers, and you're like, just kidding. Yeah, that's comedy. Of course it is. It's not comedy when you're reading it, but when you see you deliver the line, yes, it's comedy, my friend.
Just nasty to the kids? Are you bitter?
He's very bitter. You know, some of the inspiration for it came at one point. I moved back to Virginia, where I grew up, when things weren't really happening for me in Los Angeles. And I was just trying to write. I was living at my parents' house, and I remember the first day I started substitute teaching there to make cash. I introduced myself to the kids, and I'm like, yeah, Mr. McBride. And I just start kind of justifying myself. This is just a stop for me. I'm not really, this isn't my real deal, kids. You know?
Oh, no.
It's that sort of arrogance that kind of led to the inspiration of this.
You did substitute teaching?
I did. I subbed everything from German to math. I would just let the kids watch Cops and just make sure they didn't interrupt me while I was chilling.
Was there anything better when you went to class and the substitute teacher was at the front of the room?
I know, you just knew it was
day off.
It was off from that class. You didn't have
Every once in a while you got one that was really trying to become a real teacher, but the rest of them were just kind of like you.
Yeah, guys who had taken a detour in life.
Yeah, just wanted to get through it.
Biding their time, just sitting there, hoping no kid cracks his skull open, no lawsuits, just get through the day.
Yeah.
It sucked when a sub used to give out homework.
Yeah.
It's that's not your responsibility.
Yeah, he's taking it way too seriously.
Yeah, stop it. Yeah, and I gave the kids homework when you were out. Just wanted you to know. I'm going to pay attention to you.
Hey, Kevin from Connecticut, he writes, this guy, Danny McBride, you're going to know his name. I mean, dude, this is the last time you're going to be on our show. We see this all the time. And your part in this is to go, no, guys, you've been good to me. I'll be back.
Yeah. No, you've been good to me. I'll be back.
No, you'll be back in about, no, God forbid, when, the career starts going the other way. That's what happens with us here. But Kevin writes, this guy stole Pineapple Express. And I got to tell you, I still haven't seen that movie because they won't put it on demand. I don't know what that's about. I didn't see it in the theaters, and I can't get a copy of that movie. Do you know why?
It's on DVD.
Yeah, got to go out and
but I'm an on-demand guy.
Netflix it or something.
Yeah, I got to Netflix it because it's Has HBO been good to you?
HBO's been good to us. They let us do our own thing down there. Let us shoot in North Carolina, where this thing is set, and it was nice. Yeah, it's been a pretty fun ride so far.
Very cool.
Yeah. North Carolina. That's not usually a
Carolina, where people are dying to go shoot.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't sound like one of those places where people are like, yeah, we got to get down there.
You would be surprised. We just wanted to use real Southern kids. We didn't want to have kids from Van Nuys and Burbank putting Southern accents on.
Yeah,
it's a lot of local talent down there.
Yeah. Oh, so they got the little Southern accent thing going.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Plus, I think it's like Pittsburgh, where it's probably cheaper to shoot there.
It definitely is.
I imagine you could just buy the property for what it costs to rent it in L.A. or New York.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
How many episodes you guys shoot?
We wanted to keep it small, kind of like how the British model is of their TV shows. We kept it 6 episodes so we could just write the whole thing and not have to hire a writing staff and not turn into some sort of formula. And so,
wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like each episode picks up where the last one left off, so it's kind of like a 3-hour movie in essence.
Okay. Nice, very good. Yeah,
and if you get season 2, you put a few more hours together.
There you go. We'll throw a few more hours in there.
Well, that's kind of smart, right?
Well, they usually, that's what HBO usually does. It's usually 6 episodes, and they say, it's a perfect amount. See people are digging it, and
Yeah, and if people don't dig it, then it's not on for too long. They can't make fun of you for too long.
What's worse? What show got canceled, which I love? You remember The Comeback with Lisa Kudrow?
Oh, God, yeah. How uncomfortable was that show?
Because the stupid critics, of course, probably didn't like it. I thought that was a really funny show, man.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah. There's a lot of douche chill moments. Really good.
Yeah, definitely.
That's my contribution.
Do you get recognized for Foot Fist Way? I'm obsessed with that dumb movie.
Every once in a while I do.
You were a lot thinner in that.
Yeah.
You had to lose a lot of weight to play the role, I guess.
Of course, huh? But yeah, that you can always kind of judge people's movie taste by what they recognize you from. Right. Foot Fist Way. People are really digging deep if they're recognizing me from that.
Your wife in that movie, what does she do for a real living?
I don't think anything at this point. I think she's waiting for a big chance.
That might have hurt the movie a little bit, is what I'm saying. Because you were great in it. She was pretty much reading her lines off cue cards or
I
something.
would have her lines written on my forehead.
Right.
It was like a John Waters movie with her?
Oh,
I didn't see it.
She took you out a little bit, but Danny carried this. It's a really good film, man. As far as every scene you're in, you just destroy.
What do you do when you're working with? Because I've never done more than a couple lines in a scene, so I wouldn't know. I'm probably usually the problem. What do you do when you're working with someone and they just suck?
I don't really know. I've been lucky enough, besides this one instance, to not really work with anyone who's.
I love that he's not denying it. Most guys would be like, "Ah, come on, man, she was out."
That's funny. I got to see that now.
Dude, Foot Fist Way, I think you would like.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a Master Poe type character.
Gentleman.
So
Yeah,
I think you would appreciate it. Yeah.
So wait, so this she was was she an actress or no? Was she like a?
She was a friend of ours, which she probably won't be after today.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry about that.
Oops. It's just a friend doing a movie.
It's nice to look at, though.
Yeah, she has some nice curves. Yeah.
Did you make some promises?
During the heat of something.
Yeah. I normally don't. I'm telling you, I got a lead for you. I'm not really. Just be yourself.
That was the audition process. Yes.
Great. Yeah, sometimes that happens. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, absolutely.
And she performed.
Yes.
How'd you get into the whole acting thing? When'd you?
It was by accident. It was honestly just through this, through Foot Fist Way. Me and Jody, the guy who directed it, we went to film school together and kind of.
Oh, okay, so film school. That kind of starts it.
That's where it begins.
A lot of people say that's a big waste of time.
Yeah, no, it wasn't in our case.
No. Yeah. Okay.
And we just made this movie, went to Sundance, and didn't really have any aspirations of being an actor or anything. Just helped my buddy out, and and then next thing you know, I'm sitting here with you guys talking about how
That's amazing, man.
terrible my friend was. In this
Sorry.
movie.
How long were you friends with her for?
It was a long friendship. No, it's fine. She'll be totally cool.
Wow, I feel bad now. I really thought you just found somebody.
You made the movie while you were in film school?
No, we didn't. It looks like we did, but we made it after several years of kind of being in LA and not really kind of getting what we wanted to get going. We just went back.
Had to scrape up the cash.
Credit cards.
Really?
Yeah.
That does seem to be the way these filmmakers initially do it, and just come on.
Yeah.
Like rolling the dice. Come on, movie.
I mean, it could have gone very bad.
Yeah, no crap,
Max out
man.
the credit cards and hope for the
That's
best.
exactly what Kevin Smith was talking about with Clerks. He, just maxed out every credit card he had, got the equipment, put the movie together, and kind of lucked out.
There's that kind of weird thing where you start spending the money, like, all right, we're doing this, and then about halfway through the movie, you're like, oh my God, we've done this. What is going to happen?
Yeah,
if this doesn't
now
do
what?
anything?
Were you I've seen a lot of people's movies that they put out, and were you afraid that it was going to be cheesy looking and just
we knew we didn't have a lot of money for that movie. I mean, we had like $70,000 and we didn't have any money to pay a crew or anything. We just the film school we went to, we knew that you had to have an internship credit to graduate from there. So we went back to the film school and we're like, hey, anybody want to get that internship credit and come work for us?
Okay, so you got some free guys.
We got some film school kids
and holding booms and things like that.
Exactly. And we were like, let's not try to make this look like a big Hollywood movie. We obviously don't have the money for that. So we just kind of embraced the grittiness and low budget value.
What'd you film it on?
16, Super 16.
16. Would you rent the equipment? And
we rented the equipment, and and
Jesus,
that was that.
Do you know those projects normally that's a great success story,
right? Yeah,
for $70,000. Normally, the way they work is I had a part in one, which apparently cost the guy $60,000, which he recouped $11 of.
Oh Jesus!
It was starring Jim Florentine and a comic from Jersey named Artie Fletcher. And I was in. It was called White Chicks Incorporated. That was the one I told you where I played famous comedian Jim. It's so bad.
That's why, because I've seen so many people's bad movies, and now with the everybody can buy equipment for so cheap, and there's programs and everything, so everyone's a filmmaker now.
The bar is lowered, definitely.
Yeah, the bar has definitely been lowered. So to actually put out a movie like that and have it get as successful as it did, had to have been a big surprise.
It definitely was. I mean, a buddy of ours had done an independent film and had gone around on the festival circuit, so we were literally looking at that, like, well, maybe we'll get a few free trips, to some cool countries and take it there. And
when did you realize, like, oh my God, like, people are taking notice?
When it got into Sundance, we were pretty surprised. I mean, we had worked on the film, I guess, for like 3 weeks. We had 3 weeks to get the cut in to Sundance, and we got in this like 2-hour version of the movie, which was terrible. There was no sound mix, and we kind of were like, we tried. We'll come back next year and we'll work harder on it. And so we stopped working on the film. We get this call from Sundance that it got in, and we're like, oh man, well, how long do we have to get this thing together before it shows? And so we had to just kind of hump it and get it done.
How much did it wind up making? I mean, roughly, I'm sure you know exact, but
I think maybe like $16,000. I don't know. I don't think it didn't do too great in the box office. They Paramount Vantage picked the film up, and their idea was to hold on to the film for like 3 years and then release it the weekend after Indiana Jones comes out.
Oh, nice.
Which is a perfect plan for a $70,000 movie.
Well, actually, no, that's not a good plan.
No, literal Jim.
You know what, though? It's finding its audience this way. It really is.
Did you sit there and watch some of the people watching it there, and were you happy with the reaction?
We were. We were definitely happy with it. I mean, it's not, it's our sense of humor. It's definitely not made for everyone, but I mean, people who dig it, then we dig them a little more.
Because that is kind of cool. I can only imagine sitting there and seeing what you put together and having people actually appreciate it, and
it's a great
and
feeling.
dig it and stuff. Definitely.
And Will Ferrell got involved, right?
He did. Will and Adam saw the film after Sundance, and we didn't know those guys before that, and they just gave us a call and said they liked the film and wanted to kind of put it underneath their company. So
how cool is that?
Everything just kind of took off from there.
And now he's helping you out.
Now he's helping me out. I'm going to go see his show tonight. Mm-hmm. Looking forward to it.
Should have brought him over here. Yeah. We like the guy, but we could get him on the phone every once in a while.
He's elusive.
He pops up in Eastbound and Down as well.
He does?
As a character, he appears in the next episode.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned it a lot in the last 15 minutes, but Eastbound and Down is Danny McBride's latest project, and I saw the premiere episode yesterday. It's great, and everyone else will be seeing it Sunday at 10:30 on HBO. I highly recommend you check it out and give it a chance, I think that's it. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, Tropic Thunder. You were great in that, too.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
I loved you in Tropic.
Right,
I kind of want to see more of you in the movie.
Yeah.
Me and Nick Nolte were too busy having fun on the island, partying.
That was, working with Nick Nolte must have been fun.
It was incredible, yeah.
That was a great part because it was so, I don't know, it was a little inside as far as the industry goes. But it made it that much funnier to watch because, the technical end of it and getting mad at some of the things that were working and weren't working and stuff. It's such an inside thing if you've ever even lightly been on any kind of a set.
You get that vibe,
That what goes on like that.
But the Tom Cruise thing, wow.
It's pretty wild, wasn't it?
I didn't know he had that in him, man.
Yeah, and the dancing was his idea. When he did his camera test, he told Ben, he's like, I want to dance. I want to dance in this movie.
I think we asked you last time. You didn't even get to meet him, right?
I didn't get to meet him, no.
You're in the same
stuff
film,
in LA.
I always think, wow, you're in a film with Tom Cruise. You guys just get to hang out.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way.
That's just how it's all put together. You don't even see the guy.
You mean they put it together different?
Yeah, no.
I thought they just filmed it all with everybody laughing together.
Did you talk to Nick Nolte? You should have only talked about Prince of Tides.
That's all we talked about.
And asked him, did he, I don't know where I'm going with that. I just keep thinking of him going, oh, Lowenstein. crying in his stupid aardvark face, Barbara Streisand's chest. Oh, Lowenstein. Oh, we got it. You're sensitive. He won Sexiest Man Alive after that in People magazine.
Wow.
Because women like this, because he's a rugged guy.
Well,
and he should have won it after Q&A, by the way. When he was strangling transsexuals that he had just had sex with. That's when he should have won Sexiest Man Alive.
I'm looking for Gans. One of my favorites. Him in 48 Hours is fantastic. Gans.
Let's get Brad on the air here with Danny McBride. Brad, Atlanta, what's up?
Danny, you rock, man. I just wanted to bring up All the Real Girls and how that's one of the best dramas ever, and you totally steal that movie.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. All the Real Girls, David Green, he directed Pineapple. It's a hell of a movie.
Just pretty much wanted to give you props, man, so you rock.
Thank you so much.
He's giving you propellers for some reason.
What's that movie about?
All the Real Girls is a little indie that the guy who directed Pineapple Express, David Green, he directed it, and I have a small role in that as well.
Okay.
Another Sundance favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at you, Mr. Indie guy.
Are you working on any other projects, movies?
I just got back from the UK doing a location scout. Me and David Green are trying to get this like fantasy action comedy movie going this summer. So we were scouting forests and castles and.
Are you afraid to get like other people involved now at this point? You're scouting, you're doing everything.
Yeah.
Is that like? It must be very nice to be able to do it yourself, but it's a lot of work when you start getting the recognition and
it is. There's a lot of hoops
more
to jump
responsibility
through.
To other people. You know what I mean?
100%. I mean, when you start spending other people's money, that's when you got to start answering a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And they watered down your crap, right?
They tried to.
That too. So if you do it all yourself, I mean, you're working
got no
like
one
a
to
dog,
answer
but
to. Yeah.
At least it's fun.
Well, when you always look at something like the Pink Panther 2 is kind of like the benchmark
That is
in comedy.
That's what we could all esteem to.
We've been killing Steve Martin for doing that movie, killing him.
I just keep thinking of him because people keep saying you stole Tropic Thunder, and I keep thinking, well, funny. Let's talk about Steve.
Stealing a corpse.
It's like, why would you do that? Peter
Sellers
was great in those movies. You don't need to redo that crap.
All the previews I've seen for it, too, he looks so soft in it. Everything looks very soft. It's weird.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
But he has the little hat on. He messes up the accent. He can't say the words right. Pretty funny.
So you're going to go see it this weekend?
Oh, my God. I want an advance I want a copy from some Chinese guy with heads in the theater so I can laugh at home in privacy. How do you not laugh watching that? I meant to say hamburger.
Scream.
Hamburger. Who talks like that, you nut? Oh, his feet should be cut off. I really do. I hope Steve Martin loses his feet in some sort of a motorcycle mishap.
Some septus.
Yeah, both of his feet.
Oh, God, Jimmy. Bravo.
Douche.
All right, let's get Danny out of here, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's Eastbound and Down. It's Sundays at 10:30
on HBO,
which is a great time.
I saw it. I think our listeners are going to love this one. Really, give it a chance. I think you're going to be happy.
Thanks. Here he is, our final appearance on our show. Thank you
It's
so
been
much.
wonderful. You guys have been really nice.
Unless
We'll catch you on the way down at some point.
Not that we wish that.
No, but we'll catch you one of these days.
Here's how you know.
Years from now.
if there's 6 episodes and the show never gets picked up again, he'll be back.
Yeah.
But if you hear season 2, well, it's been nice knowing you.
Yeah.
That's it. Gone. Goodbye. Yeah, you want to come in? I'm scouting a location on 57th Street in Manhattan.
Yes.
I can't possibly come in.
I'm looking for a spot in the back of this girl's throat to deposit something.
It usually goes from this, hanging out, to a quick phoner.
Yeah.
And then they're too busy.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what the fates have.
We've seen this game way too many times.
After every question, the phoner is like,
yeah, all right, guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
And then you got people protecting
All
you.
right, guys. Got it. Yeah, well, I gotta. All right.
No more Steve Martin. I hope he loses his feet jokes.
no, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy.
How
I'm
can you
talking
say
to him.
that?
Fantastic. Great.
We have Mike Myers in, and he's a
Great guy. Great guy.
fascinating interview.
Looking forward to working with him someday. Great guy.
We tried teasing Steve Martin about it, and he was just like, "Oh no, he's wonderful. He's wonderful." It's like, where am I going to go with that?
Right.
Not that you expect Mike to trash him, but
but come on.
you don't have to go the opposite direction.
That he's wonderful.
He's not wonderful. He is wonderful, and also I love President Ford. Those are those two things that should go hand in hand.
Wonderful.
Yes, I mean 1976. Or was it 75 that Ford was in? What do I know?
Whatever. Close enough.
Yeah.
What do you want from us?
This isn't a history class.
I don't know.
Trying to get some
That's true. I
jokes
should have
out.
said Carter. Always Carter. It's a C word. It's funnier.
It certainly is.
All right, let's get Danny out of here.
Hey, thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Daddy.
Thanks.
The very funny Danny McBride.
Tell him, Fred.
The Virus. Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.